Prepare to be amazed as we take a dive into the prehistoric seas with the largest turtle that ever existed. Meet Ardalon, an incredible creature that was bigger than a boat and ruled the ancient oceans. But just how did this massive turtle survive in the dangerous waters of the past? This incredible creature lived during the late Cretaceous period and was one of the largest marine reptiles to ever exist. With a shell that could grow up to 15 feet long, Archelon was an impressive sight to behold. The fossilized remains of the ancient gigantic sea turtle Archelon Archelons, often known as Archelon, were found in North American late Cretaceous strata between 166 million years ago. The Greek words ark, which approximately translates to mean first, and chelone, which means turtle, are the source of the name Archelon. Archelons is its scientific name, and it means mighty. Archelon is usually thought to have been extremely similar to the leatherback turtle, since it possessed a leathery carapace rather than the hard shell present in marine turtles. The carapace could have featured a series of small ridges. The Archelon was first discovered by American paleontologist George Reber Wieland in 1895. In the Pierre Shale geological formations of South Dakota, he found the first fossil of the species. He saw that one specimen was missing its head. However, in the same area in 1897, a separate person found a petrified turtle skull. The skull of Archelon was strikingly long and thin. It had a characteristic hooked form with a sheath protecting it, like the beaks of raptors. The Archelon's shell has a neutral buoyancy to it. A fish's body and the bodies of other aquatic species adjust at this stage to stop them from floating to the surface or sinking to the bottom. The animal's physiology changes in several ways to handle this challenge, such as the growth of denser, thicker bones that resist the lifting force of its lungs' air. As a result, the animal doesn't bob up and down on the water's surface. It is believed that the Archelon turtle weighs between 4,500 and 5,000 lbs. Between the two flippers, it may measure up to 16 feet broad and 13.1 feet long. Archelon must be a carnivore by necessity. Archelon and the leatherback turtle are often compared. Thus, it's possible that it had a preference for eating cephalopods and jellyfish. Its crushing-capable jaws suggest that the turtle also swallowed enormous crabs and mollusks. But how did Archelon move through the water with such a massive shell? And what did this creature eat to sustain its massive size? Let's uncover some of its most impressive features. The many thin-shelled, bottom-dwelling Cretaceous shellfish, some of which topped 4 feet in diameter, may have been able to support Archelon with ease. Archelon could have sometimes combed the surface water for food as well. It's likely that Archelon possessed the power to produce the powerful swings needed for ocean migration and, if necessary, to flee from other aquatic predators. It inhabited the northern westerninteriorseaway, where plesiosaurs predominated and temperatures ranged from moderate to mild. The water's regular temperature may have been 63 degrees Fahrenheit, and its average depth may have been somewhat more than 600 feet in the muddy, oxygen-depleted environment where they flourished. While Archelon was not a bottom feeder, it was necessary to stay active in the middle to upper portions of the surface where its food was most abundant. It was thus necessary for it to be neutrally buoyant in order to adapt to different depths wherever its prey lived. Like turtles today, Archelon only ever walked onto the sand to lay eggs. However, these eggs would eventually hatch, and the young could have had to escape a pack of hungry predators to get to the ocean. All modern turtles, with the exception of a few species, exhibit a consistent behavioral pattern of nest excavation. The majority of turtles build chambers where they may deposit their eggs. After finding her ideal nesting location, the female starts to dig the chamber using alternating scooping actions of the rear legs. This is said to have come from Archelons. It is probable that Archelon was still not totally protected from predators, particularly from attacks on the flippers due to the existence of natural predators like mosasaurs, like Allosaurus, and maybe even sharks like Cretaceous. Given that, it's possible that the size of the shell alone prevented certain predators from simply being able to swallow the body in their jaws. This would have, at the absolute least, rendered an adult Archelon harder to capture than other marine reptiles with thinner bodies. Archelon is believed to use its armored underbelly plates as a kind of protection. This was inferred from bite marks discovered next to several fossils, which suggested that they were vulnerable to assaults by blind predators. From its massive size and unique adaptations for survival to its important role in the ecology of its time, Archelon was a true marvel of the ancient world. Despite its incredible size, this creature was an important part of the ocean ecosystem, helping to shape the world we know today. Thanks for joining us on this journey through history, and we hope you enjoyed learning about this incredible turtle.